So, hello, good day, ma'am. So, I'm John Francis Ganghe, so PSIT3A. So, today I will discuss the final requirements in our subject, Application Development and Emerging Technologies. My final project is all about IT management, IT asset management system. So, this system is applicable only on IT students. So, let's begin. So here is my file directory. So I have a static, then templates for my HTML file, then the Python file. So this is um, project structure is like our previous activities and machine problem that we created. Also the bootstrap that I use is from the past activities that we created. So let's begin the demonstration of this system. So my main file is the user.py. So I will run it. So since one of the requirements in our system is has a login, then using Flash framework, so integrate with API like use a Postman API or any other API of our choice. Then what do you call this? With the HTML template and Python file. So as you can see here, I have already my table user, which is currently I have two users. So I will log in their credentials. So you have here a show password and unshow password for user convenience. So it can easily check whether the inputted password is correct or wrong. Then this is my main dashboard. So kamukha lang po siya nung past activity natin which is the login page na activity. So as you can see here, meron akong apat na function which is the user list, then asset management laboratory sa server. So, meron ka ring mga toggle buttons dito which is pag kinlik mo pupunta sa specific function like asset management. So, as you can see here, meron na akong mga asset na nakalist down. So, each asset is connected rin po siya sa each laboratory. So, manage laboratory. As you can see here, meron kang 3 system units registered within the laboratory 1. Then laboratory 3, we have 1 system unit registered which is, if we double check our assets, uh, we have 3 allocated device on laboratory 1, then 1 allocated device in laboratory 3. Then, I don't know. So, I have also the user list. So, the user of this system is only the administrators and co-administrators or the trusted person of administrator within the school premises. So, to prevent any data manipulation or malicious intent. So, as you can see here, we have a user list. So, this is the CRUD function of user list. So you have a view record or maybe edit record. Then this is the view. So you can see here the user ID, last name, first name, middle name, address, email address, then his mobile number, then whether it is administrator, user type level 1 or user type level 2, then the status of the user, whether it is active or inactive. So sorry. So let's try to edit this user level 1. Then we change to inactive. So as you can see here, then if we view the specific user, so makikita natin yung status niya which is inactive. Then back to this. Then pwede ko ding, so pakita ko pala na na-update yung ano. So as you can see here, the data is also updated in our database. Then if we delete this data in our system, so okay, then also it will delete in our database. So next is the asset management system, or the asset management function. So as you can see here, we have a multiple devices are registered. So once I deleted one of this, so it also deleted in our database assets. So refresh. So it already deleted. Then we can also edit the attributes within this asset. So as you can see here, so laboratory 3, so we have 2 allocated device, then laboratory 1, we have 1 allocated device. So if we view this asset, specific asset, so we have the asset indexes inside our database, then the asset tag, which is the name of the device and where it is laboratory located, then the common name of the device, then category, or which items belong, like desktops, printers, projectors, and any other device, then the hardware or brand, then the model, tapos the name of the user and the condition of the asset or the item. So under condition, we have 3 different type of asset condition, which is the operational, then maintenance required if the asset or specific unit or asset is need to maintained, or lastly is the decommissioned or asset is not working. Okay. Update, then it will automatically update. So for the laboratories, so as I said earlier, the laboratory is interconnected with the asset, so you can allocate device on each laboratory given to this. So for example, we need to add laboratory, so just add laboratory, then the campus building location, then function, or what description do you want to put in this function. So for example, I have to refresh and one project. So as you can see here, na-add na yung laboratory 2 natin. Then under laboratories, na-add namin yung laboratory 2. Then since wala pa tayong registered unit under laboratory 2, so let's try to register. Ilipat natin yung asset na meron si laboratory 1 kay laboratory 2. So once na inassign ko siya sa laboratory 2, automatically dun sa laboratory record natin. So, mawawala yung asset na allocated dun sa laboratory 1, then malilipat siya kay laboratory 2. So, once naman na dinelete natin tong laboratory to, so for example, we have to relocate assets on laboratory. So, once na dinelete ko yung specific laboratory, so let's try to check our asset management. So, ang magiging laboratory workspace nung specific asset is unassigned since deleted nga yung laboratory kung saan naka-assign yung specific asset. So, after that, kailangan ulit natin mag-assign kung saan laboratory natin siya ilalagay. So, for example, laboratory 1 or pwedeng leave unassigned habang wala pa siyang specific place na pwedeng paglagyan. Then, it is already updated. So, lastly, for my function is all about as a server configuration. So, in this, dito naka-integrate yung API na ginamit ko, which is my external API about gear location and ping live APIs, which is it can retrieve the where the data is or where server is connected, which company or owner it is allocated, then the what do you call this, the geolocation, then the longitude and the altitude of the server. So as you can see, itong 8888 na server, makikita mo dito yung city niya, then the geographic country, tas the routing anonymously entity. So let's try to edit. So let's try to delete this server. So as you can see here, under server table, na-delete na yung server 1. So try natin maglagay. So the primary server instance or the DNS gateway nung server natin. So meron tayong lab 2 server. Then meron tayong lab 2. Then assign tayo ng IP address. So let's try to use the our method, which is 192.168.0.0 or maybe 255.255.0 been allocated, which is in laboratory 2. So if we integrate this infrastructure or the server infrastructure, as you can see here, the current status of our server is unchecked since dun sa API na ginamit natin, hindi pa natin siya napiping. So once na naping natin siya, so dun para mag-activate yung server natin once na connected siya or online siya dun specific API na meron tayo. Pero once na it is not activated, so the status is magpi-failed. So we need to edit the routers, the router gateway. So as you can see here, so 255.255.255 IP route address is not allocated or it is not found on our API IP addresses. So the status will be failed. Then we cannot see is the routing anonymous list. So the geographic country and the city cluster and the longitude and latitude of the specific location. So if we want to activate, this server, so let's try to edit properties, then change this to the specific active servers, which is 888. So alright. So after we change this IP route address, so let's check to our database if it is napalitan siya. So let's try to ping it again. So tingnan natin kung magiging online yung server natin sa laboratory 3. So as you can see, since pasok yung IP route address nung laboratory 3 which is 8.8.8.8. So, ang IP routing entity niya is which is Google. So, part siya ni Google. Then, geographic countries located yung server natin is under United States and the city is the Ashburn. Then, the geographic longitude and latitude. So, that's all po for my presentation in my final output in application development and emerging technologies. So, this is my codes. So, I will send the zip file on my Google Drive then. Thank you.